What's up, 7th graders? This is Mrs. Talati, and sadly I am here by myself representing Mrs. Sorbati. I really did realize after doing that video by myself the other day and then doing the video with Mrs. Cervantes that it's so much more fun when there's two of us. But unfortunately we have after-school meetings that kind of get in the way sometimes. So today we are doing subtraction. I need you guys to listen very carefully because it's going to be very visual today. Today is all about counters. It's all about understanding how integers work with counters, and you're really going to want to listen to the verbiage and the language that I use as I'm trying to manipulate the counters, okay? So today is 1.3, subtracting integers. This is actually part 1, so please make sure you are watching the Math 7 video and not the Math 7-8 video that is all lumped together. Your essential understanding for today is I can subtract integers. So your key terms today are, remember you are to write the definition, is opposite of a number. You're going to see more or less when we get into part 2 how this really comes into play. So opposite of a number is two numbers that are equal distance from 0 on the number line. So if I have my number line and I represent my 0, let's just go with the number 3. And then on the other side I have a -3. What we can look at is the identification that I go 1, 2, 3 to my +3. Well, if I go 1, 2, 3 to my -3, they are the same distance from 0 on the number line. Also called the additive inverse, which remember, it means that if I have a -3 plus a +3, then my answer is 0. Again, correlates to the 0 pairs that we're going to be looking at today, okay? So let's roll. Take a look. I'm closing my door right now, so hopefully you can still hear me. Okay, you guys, so this is going to be, again, very important, and I'm going to try and go as slow as I can. What I want you to make sure you have is whatever you use to show your 0 pairs in front of you. So just to recap, we have positive represents our yellow, and a negative represents, yellow is a positive and red is a negative, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start out by representing my first integer. My first integer is a +4. So you always start out with the first integer of the problem, okay? Now what I want you guys to remember is when you very first learn to subtract in kindergarten or first grade, that the subtraction means to take away, okay? When I subtract, remember, let's just pretend we're back in pre-K or kindergarten, we got 10 dinosaurs on the table. The teacher says, can you take away 4 dinosaurs? And you take those 4 dinosaurs away, and the teacher says, how many dinosaurs are left? And you say 6, right? So we physically remove them from the group. That's what I want you to keep in mind, okay? So this problem says that I have 4 positives, and it wants me to take away 3 reds, okay? Now, can I take away 3 reds? Hopefully right now you're talking to the computer and saying, no, Talati, you can't, because there are not 3 reds to take away. So now this is where it might get a little dicey. So follow me. I cannot take 3 reds away from my chips because all I have is 4 yellows. So I'm going to create it. Well, what typically happens is a lot of kids just want to add in the 3 reds, right? But we can't just add in problems because we want to. But what we can add in is as many 0 pairs that we need to in order to take away what we need to take away. So when I add in the 3 reds that I want to take away, I'm also going to add in the 3 yellows. Okay? So again, I want to emphasize that I added these in, added 3 0 pairs. Because again, what's their value? 0. Okay? Well, now if I go back to my problem and say, I have 4 yellows, can I take away 3 reds? I can now physically take away those 3 reds, and I'm left with, let's do this in a different color, I'm left with my 4, 5, 6, 7 yellows, so my answer is a +7. That might have been like way above your head, but bear with me. I'm going to get through 4 examples, so hopefully they start to make a little bit more sense. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to erase this so I have a little bit more room to work, but I'm going to do the same thing that I just did. So I'm going to clear this out. I'm going to start with my first integer, which is a +6. So I'm going to represent 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 yellow chips. I ask myself if I can take away 3 reds, and your answer should be no. So if it's not there, I'm going to add it in using 0 pairs. I'm just going to kind of rearrange my order. Let's go I'm going to add in my reds first. So here's my 1, 2, 3. But remember, when I add in reds, I have to equal them out with my yellows. So again, those are my 3 0 pairs that I just added in. Now if I go back to my problem, can I take away 3 reds? 1, 2, 3, and I am left with now positive 9. Okay, so again, I'm adding in the 0 pairs so that it allows me to take away that number that's being taken away in the problem. Take a look down below. This one's going to start out a little different because now I have 2 reds. So now I'm going to start out with my 2 red chips. And then I look at my math, and my math says that I'm going to take away 5 red. Well, do I have 5 red to take away? No, I only have 2 red. So how many more red would I need to add in to make this possible? I'm going to add in, 3 0 pairs. So there's 1, 2, 3 reds. Remember, for whatever reds I add, I have to add I'm going to go over here, cover up my writing, because those are my 0 pairs. And then I go back to my question. Can I take away 5 reds? Those 5 reds are going away, and now I am left with a positive 3. Okay, again, these are difficult, so follow me on the chips and the 0 pairs. I'm going to erase these so that I can look at this last problem, and I'm going to again start out by putting in a 5, not those, my 5 yellow chips, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. My question is, can I take away, and this is my 8 yellow. Okay, so right now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 yellow. I need to be able to take away 8. So I need to add in 0 pairs. I'm going to add in 1, 2, 3. And for the 3 that I just added in, they have to be 0, right? I just can't add things in because I want to. I added my 3 0 pairs, and now can I take away 8? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I am left with a negative, I can't get my colors right, a negative 3 is my answer on that 4th one. Okay, now remember, all Cervantes and I are asking you to do is try. There's an example in the additional practice that matches what I did in the guided practice. So really, if you use your guided notes to guide you in your additional practice, you should be okay. I just want to remind you that the 0 pairs are red and a yellow, and that you're always going to start with your first number. That's the first set of chips that you put out, right? And then you take away, the subtraction is your takeaway. And then your second integer is the chips that you take away. So you guys got this. You just got to try, and then we can fine tune what you didn't understand at home. And we will be practicing lots of chips in class on Monday. So again, do not leave this part blank. Try your best. Have a great weekend, you guys.